Hey YouTubers, HVAC guys, potential boiler workers, how you doing today? So, what we've got here is a steam boiler. This is going to be an intro to my little group that I work with at my company, but the rest of you also get to see this. So, steam boiler. Steam boiler produces steam. As we go down here, hopefully every steam boiler you work on has a water level, which is right there. This is the sight glass, so theoretically, in a passive position, the water level should be about this level. Now, very unique about this particular system is it has a manual fill. It does not automatically put water into the system. Very rare. You don't see these much. It's crazy because the owner has to come down and keep his eye on the water level like weekly. So he will in turn turn the valve on, which will in turn put water in the system, and then the owner waits till it gets up to the level that's there. So that's the sight glass. Now during inspections we close this off and we close this off and we remove this tube very gently. These lift up as protection devices there. And we put that back down in there so you can remove it. So this is protective. So, you have a question?
No, I'm just checking if you're okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm talking to the camera.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I'm not talking to myself. If I am, pull me out of here. Okay, that's the customer. So this is a pressure over limit. So if the pressure in the boiler gets too high, it will trip it off. You notice the loop here? Okay, this is to keep junk and stuff and stuff from getting into the pressure gauge. So that's why you see this loop here. Now, at the top of the gauge here, you have a pressure gauge. Should never get over by 4 or 5 pounds. We run these very low, 2 or 3, not like a heavy commercial boiler that's going to be up around 120 pounds. So in this particular unit, electronic ignition, this is on your standard furnace, and then all-in level low water cutoff is here, standard thing. So this particular house is on or off. So if we were to touch these 2 wires here to the thermostat, the boiler would turn on. So the question is, why are we here today? So on the inspection, steam boilers always have to have the gunk residue flushed out of them. This is a little bit different than some, and I don't have a comparison to show you, but we have clean out valves where you go weekly or monthly and open up the valve and flush water, flush the gunk out of the system. Unfortunately, this is the way the customer does it here by this valve here. Open and close. Well, this is the condensate return line right here with an air breather, steam breather right here. So condensate comes back down, flows into here, and then goes back into the boiler. There's a valve down there, and I hope you can see this on the video, which is directly at the bottom of this P-trap here. That's not letting fluid out. So the valve is either messed up or it's clogged up, one of the two. So the goal today is we're going to be draining this out and put a back flush on that valve, hoping that whatever crud in there we can get back flushed out of there, or I have to cut that open and put a new valve on there. So we're going to see where that's going to go. And then a standard boiler has your pressure relief valve on it. This is called a flue damper. This opens and closes, so during off operation this will be in the closed position, and during the on operation this thing will turn and vent open. A very common problem is if this is stuck or not opening properly, it will automatically not give you any pilot light. Pilot ignition. So that's one of the first things you always go to on a call to see if the damper switch opens and closes on turning the system on and off. And we will talk at you later. Okay guys, so what we're talking about back flushing here, we've got a bucket with water in it. We're going to take in the pump and then pumping it back through the valve. Hopefully if there's any gunk or something there, I can clear out the valve to see what's going on. So that's what we mean by the back flushing on the valve. So you can see a better shot now that I've got some light here to show you. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. So guys, the valve is working, but I have to stick the screwdriver clear back in here. I just started it, but you can, at the end of my screwdriver, I can just feel the sludge in there at the end of the thing. Now you see how it's flowing out a lot better. See how much I'm taking out? It's not coming out the valve, so possibly back flush that somehow, but you can see how it's dripping out. So when I had the valve open, you notice this wasn't coming out. So the valve, in essence, was good. It was opening. It had a weird turn to it anyway, so it needs to get replaced as it is. But we're going to, I'm going to blow some air into here and get that cleared up. But you can just see how the water's still coming out. So at the elbow up here, it's probably got gunk in it. So we'll put some pressure on that, and that'll clear that out that way. But you see how the water keeps coming out, so it's gunked up in there. Okay, well, we'll talk at you later. Bye-bye. Okay, guys, I took this plastic hose here, put it in there, and did some blowing. You see the clean water's coming out now, flowing away. Let me get my thumb on here and get this emptied out. Sorry about that. Okay, so I've got the boiler on and I'm building steam up to like do a back flush on this, but I had to take the hose here and I blew and blew and blew until the crud came out of there. It was stuck. Now it's flowing pretty freely, as you see there. So that's our goal. So we're going to put a valve on there, and at least we got fresh water coming out now. Talk at you later. Bye bye.